So I've had my Model 3 now for about 3.5 weeks. I've been driving it everywhere. Did a quick little road trip down to Peoria and back, all over on the highway, all over in the city. It's really an amazing car. So I was watching TV the other night and I saw this commercial for the redesigned 2019 Nissan Leaf. And they were really they were really promoting this e-pedal and the notion of one pedal driving for acceleration and braking. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I was wondering how they're getting away with only having one pedal in the car. So I looked it up and did a little more research on it, and it is actually still the two pedals. So you've got your accelerator that's doing the braking and acceleration for you, and then the brake just if you need it. And there's a little button you can flip on to activate the e-braking. So pretty interesting because the Tesla already has that, but nobody really talks about it. So the regenerative braking that we have inherent with our Teslas, and you can set that to either a low or standard mode. And I think this is one of the most important features of the car. It's, albeit probably one of the least sexy features of the car, but this ability to slow down and speed up with just one pedal and kind of modulating that pedal to get you through traffic is really amazing to me. So it makes the driving experience so much better, so much smoother, so much more relaxing, both for yourself and whoever's a passenger in your car. And there's benefits to it too, which is really cool. So it actually recharges your battery. That's why they call it regenerative braking. So when you're accelerating, it's depleting the battery and using battery power. When you are lifting your foot off of the accelerator, the motors actually turn into generators and they're recharging the battery as you're moving along. So super cool feature, really good. When I first heard about it was on my test drive with my advisor, and I wasn't too into it, didn't really care about it. But now after driving the car for a while, my views on it have totally changed. So I'm going to show you a quick chart and then we'll go into just what it is, how it works, how you set it up, and what it's like in day-to-day traffic. I hope you enjoy it. All right, before we get to my oh so important chart, here's just a quick look at what that Nissan ad looks like. This is the one on the web, but I did see a TV commercial about it. It's nice there's some awareness coming to this. But the way they're advertising it, e-pedal, drive with just one pedal, and then even the picture shows just one pedal. So that got me kind of excited, maybe a little confused about what they were actually advertising and what the actual feature was. But if you look at a couple of YouTube videos, even one produced by Nissan itself, it kind of explains it, and it's a pretty cool video. So I'm glad there is some awareness. People with Teslas just don't really talk about it that much. It's just not a super sexy feature, which brings me to my chart. The sexy versus the unsexy. So basically everything about our cars is amazing and I love. There's only three things that I felt were pretty unsexy. USB ports, who cares really? The term frunk drives me absolutely nuts. I say it, but it drives me crazy. Nothing sexy about that. And third, the regenerative braking. But I'm going to show you why I think it is one of the most sexy features of our cars. So it's going to do a little demo. We'll go out on the streets of Chicago and see how it works. I wanted to show you guys where we set up the regenerative braking in the driving menu, and I figured this would be a good place to do it. This is where I used to buy gas all the time. Look at that line. No longer. So anyway, setting this up. So you're going to be in the driving menu, and regenerative braking, to give you the most recharge and the most efficient braking with the accelerator, you're going to go to the standard mode. So when I test drove the car, our rep actually had to turn it to the low mode while I was driving because it was so herky-jerky and I wasn't used to it. So normally when you're driving a regular car, you're going to be completely off the accelerator and moving your foot over to the brake. In here, you're more modulating the accelerator pedal to slow down and speed up. So it's great in traffic. And I'm going to do a little video so you can see what's going on the screen, what's going on with traffic in front of me, and then also what's going on down here with my feet on the pedals. Super exciting. All right, here we go. Look at this line, it just got way bigger. Oh my gosh, glad I'm not in that. All right, I'm out of here. All right, I've got the regenerative braking now set at standard, and we're ready to go. So right now, just lightly on the accelerator, not out to impress anybody, just driving in traffic. So a car just pulled out in front of me a little bit, so I just released my foot just a little. And you can see this green line coming on the left. So when it turns green, it means that it's charging the batteries. When it turns black, it means I'm accelerating and it's actually depleting the batteries. Right now it's just kind of in the middle. Both hands on the wheel. So we're just cruising along. I'll probably speed parts of this video up while I'm just driving. Maybe do some edits. Good times. All right, so we got a stoplight coming up. I'm just going to remove my foot from the accelerator slowly. You can see how quickly the car slows down. And you can see the taillights actually went on to alert the drivers behind me that I am slowing down. And now just as it gets below 5 miles an hour, I'm putting my foot on the brake. And that's the only time you really need the brake. So 5 miles an hour or lower, unless you're coming to an emergency stop of some sort. All right, just getting ready to go. Just sitting here at a stoplight. We'll just do some cruising around on the map. Pequod's Pizza, best pizza in Chicago. So good. Anyway, all right, here we go. So my plan is to use the brake as little as possible. I just don't need it that much until you're coming to a complete stop. So right now I'm just driving. So I'm gonna pull over here, slow down a little bit. I haven't touched the brake yet. And we're gonna make a right-hand turn. Probably have to come to a complete stop up here. So accelerating again, just a little bit, and lifting my foot, and I will have to come to a complete stop. And I've noticed not until you hit about 5 miles an hour or so, you actually have to use the brake. So if I'm only braking from 5 miles an hour or under, typically, these brakes are gonna last forever. It's really amazing. So we'll head out on the highway and see how it does in traffic. I've got to get back to the office anyway, so it's perfect. We're getting on the highway, nice bit of traffic today. I'm not going to use autopilot at all, I'm going to drive myself. So, just going to merge into traffic, just the way I learned in driver's ed. Very safe, hands on 10 and 2. And I'm moving my foot back and forth, accelerator, brake, like you would in a regular car. You're just kind of lifting your foot off the accelerator, and that regenerative braking gives enough drag to slow the car down. So it's really nice. It gives for a nice smooth ride. Good, you know, smooth for your passengers. They aren't going to get motion sick when you're cruising around in traffic. So you can tell the car in front of me, I mean, they've been riding their brakes this whole time, and I'm more riding the accelerator. He's off the brakes, and I haven't moved my foot at all. It's pretty nice. It's relaxing. So in traffic, I think it's amazing. It just makes the ride so much smoother. Really good. You know, the only problem with all this traffic, is you can't really get on it. You're just sitting here creeping along. I probably won't get the speed above, oh, who knows, I might see 20 miles an hour. That's kind of sad. So still haven't hit the brake yet. Foot's on the accelerator. I'm creeping less than 4 miles an hour. It's just really nice to be able to modulate it like that and just go as fast or slow as you want with one pedal. I think that's why Nissan is advertising that e-pedal so much. I mean, it is a great feature. It's just something no one really talks about so much with the Teslas. So most of the time everybody's talking about the acceleration, you know, and not the braking. Unless you're talking about red brake calipers, everybody loves those. Those are pretty sweet. And they look super cool. But that's all you ever really hear about the brakes, not this part of it. I guess this, maybe this is too boring. I don't know. Is it boring? I think it's cool. Yeah, so I just keep cruising around, and it's just fast, slow. It's effortless driving, really. I could put it on autopilot if I wanted to and just let the computer take it over. But this is just kind of my daily commute, cruising through Chicago. Alright, so I'm going to get up a little closer on him and just, yeah, it slows down nice and quick. Just like if you were to use the brakes.